Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. 2 live streams in a day. It's craziness. How are we all doing? Chinook, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Mark, you're up. What time is it for you? 2 a.m. in the morning? Impressive. How you doing? Daniel, how you doing, mate? You should be asleep, but you can't. I hate that. I was like that all holidays. Just could not sleep if I tried. Big Sky Farms, how you doing? Nice to see you. Mrs. Professor, Happy New Year. Thanks for another stream today. You're welcome. I'm home alone. I've got nothing to do. I've mowed the lawns. It's actually almost too hot to be outside at the moment. So I thought, hang on, let's go inside and do a stream. So here we are. I've got everything set up. Well, not quite set up. I've got the sprayer out and I do have the spreader around the corner. And if I show you the map, it is just a sea of green. This is the one thing I don't like about base game. Just weeds everywhere. Precision farming does it fantastically. But I don't have precision farming on, so we're just going to tackle the weeds this way. We probably could have turned them off and just applied liquid fertilizer or something with the spreader or the sprayer, but where's the fun in that? So I thought, anyhow, let's jump in and get this done and see how it goes. Doing a stream for Sunday afternoon for me, Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon for the friends in the US and anyone in Australia who might be up and about at this time, midday-ish for them. So we are going to head down to the store. I've sorted out my liquid supply issue, I think. So we're going to go down by a trailer that we can haul around some herbicide in and see how that all works. Hey Scorp, nice to see you again. Corpnut again. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, I know often I'll get people who will jump into a stream and say, oh, I finally managed to catch you live because you never stream at the right time for me. So maybe we'll get some people today who we're streaming at the right time for them and can't normally catch a stream. That's you. Let me know. And I don't know how long I'm going to go for. Might be an hour, might be an hour and a half. See how much we get done. The part is the internet's holding up. Of course there's no kids here. If the kids were here they'd probably be playing Fortnite or something like that and dragging my connection down, but don't have to worry about that today either. Have the co-op deliver like they do locally. I could have done that too. And that's what I was doing when I was seeding this morning. The co-op / easy development tools. Perhaps I should create a co-op called Easy Dev Co-op. See how that all works out. Anyhow, we'll get down here. We've got a trailer to pick up. I think, yeah, there's a herbicide tank over there as well. So let's have a look. Park up here. Now, so I had 3 options that I added in. I have gone in and added the mods. I have added in the ABI sprayer pack. This one's quite cool, and I use this on Stone Valley because you can add like a tank in there that's got a 13,000 litre capacity, and that can just go and sit on a trailer. I could have got that and put it on top of our gooseneck trailer. It does have these as well. They can come in a realistic or unrealistic capacity. But we're not going to use that. The other option was the Load King sprayer trailer, which we've used plenty of times. Used that on Hannah, Indiana, Deer Creek, and the like, but we're not going to use that either. Today, we're going to try out the small tender package, which has a liquid fertilizer trailer in here, which has a capacity of 6,000 litres. So we're going to try this one out and see how it works. It takes our herbicide or our fertilizer. So that should be all we need. I'm going to buy that. It's also cheaper, 8 grand, versus I think it was going to cost like 40 grand to get the trailer, and this is where I go. Bet you it's back at the farm. Bet you I had store deliveries or something turned on. Here it is. No. Where's it spawned? Out there? There it is. Rookie mistake, that one. Right, let's do this. We'll reset it to here. There we go. Yeah. Not a bad little trailer. Hopefully it all works properly. That's my only worry is whenever I try to transfer between a sprayer and a trailer or something like that. Sometimes doesn't seem to work, but we'll find out. Did I see? Yes, I did see your message earlier. I need to reply to that one. I figured you'd be asleep. It wouldn't be that important, but here you are. Hello again, Scott. How you doing? Hope you're feeling a bit better than you were this morning. Hey, Mr. Free For All. How you doing, mate? And it's people like you that I was excited to be able to do this stream for, because I was hopeful it might not normally be convenient my other stream times, was able to come in and catch up with us. Right. How do we fill up from here? Oh, I can't even get out of that. Well, that's not good. What happened? What on earth is going on here? Okay. Did I have to tab to something? A strange one. Yeah. For some reason it like trying to hire a worker. Can I hop out of it now? I feel like this is... Ah, there we go. Oh, so it's like bugged or something. Strange. If I can find a trigger or something like that. Turn everything on and see if I can see it. And next one down, turn those on. If there's any markers here. I can't fill up, maybe it's this one. It's liquid fertilizer. Which side of the trailer I'm on? I have to open something on the trailer. No, I need to fill it first. This is deja vu all over again, trying to get that auger to work this morning. It's nice to see the stream pop up and it's not 3 AM. I know, right? Wife and kids are still away on holiday. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I thought I'd take the chance to jump in and do a bonus stream. Well, humbug. Alright, we'll do it a different way. Now the annoying thing is, I don't think the store trigger's down here, so we'll put the store trigger just here. Yeah. We'll go in here and buy some herbicide this way. What is it? Don't even got plenty of other options. Let's have a look. Side. Buy a few of these. Right. Let's see if we can fill up out of them. Or else this is going to be complete and utter bust already. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's working. That's a start, isn't it? See how we go from here. Just stop playing 22 hours setting your field with proceed and it's done. It's a big 436 hectare field. Daniel, what map are you playing on? It's massive. Alright, we'll leave the other one down there. We need to come back down and pick that up. We can. Doing better the last few weeks have been a challenge, though. I'm pleased to hear you're doing better, mate. You know how to get in hold of me if you ever need to chat. I've told you that before. Alright, let's go. Let's go and start doing some spraying. Get rid of some weeds. Drift our trailer around the corner. So I spent about an hour out on the ride-on, maybe a little bit longer mowing the lawns, and boy, it was hot. I had to come in and have a shower. Not only the because it was hot, but dry, dusty grass lying around everywhere. It sort of gets down the back of your shirt and top of your waistband and everything. It was not pleasant. All scratchy. Hey Strody, how you doing? An unexpected stream. It is an unexpected stream. It's a little bit of a... I'm home alone, I've done what I needed to do. I've got the chance to do something at a different time to when I'd normally do it with other people, so see what happens. See who turns up. And so far it's a whole lot of familiar faces, which is pretty cool. Grass and dust in places you don't want it to. Yeah, it's pretty much it. It's cool. Pretty much it. Hey, thank you to everyone who jumped over to Rusty Money Gaming's stream this morning after mine. It was pretty cool. Jumping in there and seeing a few more familiar faces. I even made it to the grocery store, made it to the supermarket, and didn't go overboard with buying things I didn't need. You can do a stream tomorrow, Scott. Nice one. I will endeavour to tune in. See how we go. Right. Let's jump up in here. See. Get this to work. The old jump in and out. Perfect. Yes. Anything doing a stream at this time, and the house makes lots of noises. There's lots more noises going on with vehicles and animals and things like that. Birds outside. Keep on hearing things. Argsy's stream was a good one. Yeah, I couldn't stay for much of it, Scorp, but it did look like he was going to have a blast. There you go, 5,500. We might as well have just about run this down to the store and filled it up directly rather than getting the trailer. But anyhow, let's go in and take a look at our row crops, and we'll be able to have a look actually for the first time at how the intercrop plantings have all worked out properly. We've had a brief look at them, but interesting when I was looking at all the weeds. Funny when you get down in here where the tire marks are. So I finished seeding this bit and I drove the planter down over here, planted this field, and then drove that way. And likewise when this one on courseplay finished and we drove it back out of the field and across. It's kind of funny how it follows the wheel lines, don't you? Don't get weeds where the wheels were. Right. Crack into it. See how we go. See how much fertilizer, herbicide we go through. Probably heaps compared to if we had precision farming and our spot spray. But anyhow, it is what it is. Any trip you don't come out with a bag of Doritos is a success. He on that one. Strody. I think I managed to come out with maybe 1 or 2 bags of chips I shouldn't have, but everything else was pretty much as per the list. I did treat myself to a couple of nice cuts of meat. Well, still supermarket meat, but figured if I'm having to cook myself dinner, I'll cook myself something a little bit nicer. You're having fun doing the Scorp-mercials. Do enjoy your Scorp-mercials, Scorpion. Ooh, 10% gone already. Might be a few trips back and forth. At least we're going to cover the ground pretty quick with this big wide boom. How you doing, Nismo? Good to see you again. Another familiar face. Made that field map name is Nowhere, Kansas 22. It's like No Man's Land and it's 16x. Ah, I have heard about that one. I saw Stevie's Mods has released 4 times, effectively No Man's Land, which looked pretty interesting too. Only downside to that one, to his one, is it looked very flat. Sort of needed it to have a little bit more undulation in it. But hey, old cranky, how you doing, mate? Another one of the Europeans up late this evening. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Hey, Scuba Steve. Afternoon to you, mate. And Happy New Year. Indeed. Bonus stream. Bonus stream because I can. Get bored of flat square field maps real quickly. Yeah, I'm the same. Let's see if we can just bump that width down a little bit so we don't use quite so much. Change anything? It's changed it a little bit. Need to move over though. Yeah. A little bit less spray. Control Z for that one. Just like that, first field just about done. So fast. What are we going to be like here? Do the best we can. Oh, it's not far off. Only a couple of bits missed. There you go. First field cleaned up, free of weeds. Look like on the map now. A couple of little bits we missed. We'll leave those. Not going to bother with it. Right. On to the next one. Just had a look around, just looking around the new Waverley map based in the Kentucky area. Is that the one, is it Delta South maps and modding working on? Try to do the easy square maps every other one. So how are you finding Tahitian Scorp? That's on my list of next map, maybe. Might be heading there once we've tidied up our Chilliwack map. Oh, I haven't changed my width. Ah, knew that had happened. Hold on. Let's back it up. Start again. Defeats the purpose of trying to save spray, really, didn't it? If you're going to go to Llama in the next few weeks, you're going to have to get a Mallard Farm hat made up. You will. Are you on the fence whether you're going to go to that, Strody, or is it a more likely than not? Obviously, this is a little bit gutted I can't be there, but keep our powder dry and get over to FarmCon instead. It already sounds like with Giants giving everyone a lot more notice about where it's going to be, there'll be a whole lot more people, English-speaking people there too, by the sounds of things, which is pretty cool. Tahitian's good, don't like the fake bushes as they don't go away, but nice otherwise. Oh, I haven't noticed the fake bushes and looking around it. I'll have to have another look at that. Where are they? It's not just, you're not just talking about the trees, are you? Ah, fair enough. Yeah, that's a very real consideration, isn't it? Weighing up taking time off work to go to a farming simulator meet and greet or not. I've met FSG and in fact I've met a lot of them in real life. I don't think it's worth it. Alright, bump that down to... Is 13 going to work? Do. Just fine. Bushes won't mow or delete, have them inside some of your placeable buildings. Very annoying. Is this the same bug that's been around since forever? Have you tried painting grass, like not the ground texture, but actually planting the paintable grass down? Does that get rid of them? I know we used to have that issue on No Man's Land. That was how we fixed that. Back up to that one. UMRV does it too. Is that the same, David? You can plant the grass down on it? Or am I thinking of another issue? Right. 2 down. Everything there. Slowly. I feel like we've done a lot. We've done those two. Got all of that to do. There's only 3 fields there that are now. Turn that back up. Must have signed up for the meeting episode. I didn't realise there was one, so we'll just be running into them while wandering around. I imagine you talk nicely to FSG, you'll be able to go to the meetup. The only thing you'll miss out on is the goodie bag that's been arranged for those who had pre-registered. But if you were happy to forego that, I'm sure there would be space for one extra. You think that's fixed, but you don't want to be quoted on it. No, we're going to hold you to it, David. It's written in infamy now in YouTube chat. Can't hide from it. But I remember it bugged us for ages. We couldn't get rid of the what is it? The wood, like the branches in that were painted down on No Man's Land. and that was the only way. The only thing that's a little bit quirky with this row crop stuff is the way the rows align. I don't know whether it's a heading, like you have to drive a true 90-degree, get it lined up perfectly, but I thought a lot of these rows across and that were a true 90, but I have to go back and check. Spray the side of the road for the county just a little bit there. Sure they won't mind. Like the spray, have you noticed how it follows the ground terrain? When I get sort of close to one of these banks on the edge, the boom automatically lifts up. Cool little feature. Real mower mod might knock them out too. Yeah, that's a good point. It is that as well. Just need to fix some of that with the bushes at least. It doesn't work, you've got that installed. Huh. He did say might. It's cool. I reckon try the painting technique. These first few fields are pretty messy in terms of their size and that for the sprayer. A little bit hard to get around them all, but we'll do our best. Right, a mulcher. I think people have tried that too before, haven't they? Using like a forestry mulcher or something. Or are you talking about one of the field mulchers? I saw a cool ad up in where we were staying over the Christmas period or New Year's period. A service that does basically hedge and that, but it's basically a mulcher. Imagine like the tree devourer or the mulcher. Forestry mulcher stump grinder, but it was attached to like a little robotic ATV almost. Well, that was pretty cool. Be a cool toy to have. If you're going to get into that sort of work, you might as well do it with something fun, mightn't you? Have we managed to get that whole section? Couple of weeds up there, we won't worry about those. Can't get them all. I'll poke them on, it's farm some. Come for the stream, take the free advice. Right, Squat? Should be able to just about run across here. We should be able to keep an eye on where we need to be to get everything sprayed. Spot right there to be able to go down a row. Sort of just jumps a little bit. Interesting. Grass worked. Nice. Okay. Paint the grass and you should be able to mow it, plow it, get rid of it. I think you can even paint it out once it's painted. From memory, you paint the grass down, gets rid of the bushes, and then you paint the ground with the rocks or whatever. One of those things that kind of, I feel like it's a bug in the game, but Giants have never addressed. Painted grass and put the gravel back. Done. Yep. So you go, David, we can quote you on it now. It's been confirmed. No myth busting going on here. No myth at least. David saved the map. Right, not worth changing our width, but just that little section. That done. Right, there we go. Now we're going to have to fold up for this one because we go on the road. 1, 2, 3 done. Right, up into 4, and by then we'll probably need to fill up, which will be another trip down to the co-op with the trailer. I'll start to be regretting not paying out for the bigger sprayer support trailer, which would have got done a whole lot quicker. Ooh. And then Neville, it only happens on mod maps that have custom forage that won't pass the QC. Ah, it happened on No Man's Land. Definitely wasn't just that. But I hear you. It doesn't cause an issue on their maps, they're not going to bother about it. Right, this one here I should be able to do some GPS. I'm going to move over before we do that because the field spreads out just a little bit there. Interesting. Ah, why is that going off on an angle? Because that's where I did the lines. Straighten those up. Go. Days. Are we going to have enough spray to do this field though? That is the $1,000,000 question. Why didn't I put precision farming on the save? I'm starting to ask myself that same question, Chinook. To be perfectly honest, one, I didn't know how precision farming would go with row crop. Two, I didn't actually expect to spend quite as much time on this map as I have. Particularly when I first started out doing the No Creek stuff. But I'll just do a couple of videos on it, and then they brought the row crop version out, and then I've kind of got invested in that. So, would be the main reason why. Those rows, love how they go around the corner. Those lines are messing with your eyes. Giants Editor works the same way. Now you have to empty your shed and delete it and get rid of those bushes. Can't you paint it from the inside? Or not? Can you paint over it? Do a make a really big radius paint. Like the biggest radius you can, scorp, and then paint it. See if that'll fix it. Do it from like 4 sides. You go as close as you can to the wall of the shed. Might have to do some touch up and fixing to your terrain outside. Won't paint inside, right? Yeah, see the sheds we used on No Man's Land was Trailer Park Farms one, which had a gravel floor, so we were able to paint that out. And we're just about out of herbicide. Right. Hasn't taken long. I think it's about time to put it on. I don't want to add it halfway through now. I've already done everything else. My plan is for this, we'll get through the harvest and see how the row crop, and that'll be sort of the end of my experiment. Let's leave that forward. Let's run all the way down here and go and get everything topped up again. Thump thump. Leave that parked there for now. Turn it off. Find pickup, which we didn't turn off. It doesn't work. No. Ah. Darn. Worth a try. I'll get all this done. could even look to be harvesting next week. It'd be pretty cool. Alright, we won't take this 500 litres back with us. We'll see if we can overload it while we go past. Navigate the little ditch here. Nothing the Super Duty can't handle. Do I need turned on? No, need to be beside it or something, do I? Here we go. Hello, Karam. It is true, I'm streaming right now. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Yes, I am home alone. My wife and kids are still away for another week or so. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I thought, got nothing to do this afternoon. What better thing to do than sit down for an hour and a half, just play a little bit more No Creek Farms, catch up with some people I don't normally get the chance to see because of time zones and things like that. How's the oaks going? Lots to do next week for you before winter sets in. I'm not one to rush through and try and get winter crops planted. I've done everything in spring previously, so I think I wanted to get, I mean, I've run out of the window of that. I wanted to get some cover crops potentially planted, but I'm not even going to bother with that now. I didn't really see the benefit of it last season, apart from the increase in the subsidy, so maybe one more cut of grass, maybe a little bit of field prep. I'm eyeing up a new field to buy, working on getting that sorted, but otherwise, hopefully not too much to do. Right, let's just have a squiz back in here. We're going to chew through our money buying these. Oh, and everyone's buying the land around me. Apparently I'm a fun person to live next to. He said he wanted to be next to someone famous, and I laughed. Total Recall, how are you doing? How do I join the multiplayer servers? Typically play for 2 to 3 hours a night in Aussie. So ! Discord Total Recall, and you can join the Discord server. And if you haven't already, once you're in there, go and find the channels. It's got all the server details, mod downloads, everything like that to be able to get in and join up. I will be streaming from Midwest Horizons on Wednesday night. Getting very close to completing our targets there. Otherwise there's also the Alma, Missouri map at the moment, and we're just trying to decide once the Midwest Horizon, we've hit our 100 million, well, that took a different one to I thought. Once we've hit the 100 million on Midwest Horizon, what map we're going to replace that server, on that server. So if you get lost, just comment in Discord. I'm sure someone can point you in the right direction. In Discord, but suck with it. I can show you at some stage. Bring it up on screen, show you. Am I using the Hori wheel? I'm not at the moment, Cranky. I'm cheating and using the controller. I just haven't got around to setting things up after getting back from holiday. And I'm kind of jumping between doing things at the moment, so I need to, saying this morning, I need to either get a little wheel mount that I can put it on and just slide it in and out of in front of my PC, or come up with some other solution to be able to make it easier to use all the time. But, you know, so far it definitely seems to be my default go-to at the moment. I'm going to use a wheel. Billion. Did I say a billion? 100 million. I supersize the challenge like we did on West Aussie and make it a billion. Alright, see if I can get the rest of that. What? Why did they have no herbicide in it? I thought I'd filled it up with 500 litres. Weird. Thought I put 500 litres in there already, but anyhow. If you're home alone, I hope Marv and Harry don't pay you a visit. No, I don't. I hope not as well. It's funny when you've got little quirks, like, even though it's summer, I don't actually mind sleeping with the curtains open in our bedroom. Mrs. Argsy hates it. Doesn't like the sunlight coming in early in the morning, but doesn't bother me, so I enjoy having the blinds open. Boys are living in the country and having no neighbours for hundreds of metres and no one can see you from the road. The Forza controller, yes, I am using the Forza controller cranky. That is my default go-to every time. Really enjoy it. So easy, everything's kind of just at your fingertips. Definitely a big fan of that. Been using an Xbox wireless Total Recall. That's what I need to, that's the only thing with this Forza controller is it's not wireless, but other than that, it's a treat. Fantastic controller. Catch you later, Corp. Good to see you again, mate. Hopefully catch you on the weekend on, sorry, later in the week on the server. You're all feeling good. Right, what have we got? We've got a little section there. Ooh. There'd be a whole lot along here, but where did I run out? Think so with how much see. You love waking up to the sunlight. The wife made us put a blackout blind up. Sometimes wonder if Mrs. Argsy might be a vampire too. Be back shortly, Kieran. I'm having some playback issues on your end. All good, mate. I disconnect every now and then, and I typically end up driving through crops and damaging them. Funny, because I did have my PlayStation controllers set up wirelessly on 19, and then I hadn't managed, for whatever reason, I don't know, there was, well, might have been actually when I changed from a laptop to a PC, I just struggled to get them connected wirelessly, so. Or I was too lazy to bother trying to. I just went to doing it digitally. Doing it with the cable. There you go, there's our first of our intercrop trials. That's basically a row of soybeans with a row of corn alternating. So come through and harvest one, and then we'll go through and harvest the other. I think we're going to harvest the corn first. Oh no, sorry, we'll have to harvest the soybeans first in this field because they're on the headlands. We'll take those off and then we'll come and do the corn. And we also did a little inter-row trial here. So we've got soybeans and corn with them growing in between each other. That section right there, that bit, where is it? Right there is just the perfect example of it, evenly spaced, but quite worked out exactly. But I think when we get over to the other field and have a look at the bit we finished off planting this morning, which had the using the early riser planter, I think that section there is going to look a whole lot better than those sections did. I just feel like the Argsy planter did a better job of it. PS5 controller won't connect wirelessly, not compatible with FS22. I haven't tried PS5. I've been using PS4 controllers, but I thought you could do it through Steam, and there was an app as well that I downloaded, like which would basically trick your computer into thinking you were using a Xbox controller. I can't remember what that was now. You have a problem with yours disconnecting, Scott, using Bluetooth? Looks like it could be similar to Total Recalls as well. That's just about be this field done, is it? One more pass. Check the map in a second. Oh. Let's have a look. Oh, it's done. Okay. We won't do another pass then. Keyboard and mouse for the win. I tried keyboard and mouse when we were at FarmCon. That's what they were doing the bale stacking challenge with Strody, and it sucked. Ooh. Bounce. Right. Moving on. Next job, next field. We'll do the squiggly wiggly one behind the yard. By then we'll probably need some more herb aside. Run and get that, and then we'll be down to the big fields down the back. Well, while we're here though. Up. You read that Bluetooth needs updating on the motherboard, but yours is, so you don't know what the issue is. Yeah. Strange. Nothing a little reboot of the PC can't fix. That's right, eh? IT 101, if it doesn't work, turn it off and then turn it back on again. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 done. We're now over here into the big suckers. That's taken us 40 minutes. Longer than I thought. Might not get any fertilizer spread at this rate. It might be a live stream job. A weekend live stream job. I think I'm just going to completely disregard the fact there's the grass in these fields and just spray it as if I'm going around. Although, the boom's about the right width, I probably can. Go around them a little bit there we're not going to get. It's interesting, I'm assuming nowadays if you were going to be doing contouring like this in a field, you'd contour it to the width of your planter and header so that you didn't have uneven spacing the whole way around. That's certainly what I'd try and do. Still just a keyboard and mouse farmer though. If you had the money you'd get the Thrustmaster one. Score. Be a good purchase as well. You tried using a PlayStation 1 first. Hey Farmer Trio, how you doing? What's it like in Australia? Well, it's a few months since I was there last, Trio, so I can't tell you what it's like at the moment. When I was there it was hot, but very hot down under here in New Zealand. Now, the cheek of it all. Cheek of it all. I wonder how many Australians get teased about being Kiwis. Very few, I would have thought. They'll probably take it as a compliment, whereas to us it's offensive. Here in Australia, raining hot and humid. What part of Aussie are you in? DS for Windows, that's the one. Yes, DualShock for Windows. That's the one I was thinking of, Mark. Thank you. I'm gonna be an Aussie later farmer trio with FSG. We're gonna be recording our Aussie farm series. Next episode of that. Be harvesting cotton. Be having a cotton picking good time. Is that ban button? Yep. He's not a member either, Chinook, so right for the picking. Stop rubbing it in its miners too, cranky. Oh, nasty. Does that DS for Windows work with the PS5 controller? Tried it with the PS5. And had to go with my PS4 controllers. You know I was being in New Zealand, just being silly. I know. It's actually, it's a running joke. There's another streamer, a Kiwi streamer I watch sometimes, and he spends his whole life defending the fact he's not Australian. Half his stream is dedicated to that fact. And that was actually because he was in a media article, and he was called Australian by the media. Actually, you might have seen him. His name was Rudism, and when FS22 came out, he used a big case tractor as a roller. Pretty cool. PS5 Arcing supported. Yeah, good to know. If I ever decide to go back to using a PlayStation controller. Funny actually, the PS5 controllers are actually very similar to the Xbox ones now in terms of size and shape. The only thing that throws me is which button's which, and it's only because they have an X button on a Xbox controller. If it was A, B, C, D instead of A, B, X, Y, I'd be okay, but 28. It's pretty hot here today too. I'm kind of actually grateful to be inside at the moment. Thinking correctly, New Zealand is near Australia, isn't it? It is indeed true. It's about a 3-hour flight across the Tasman Sea to Australia, to our west. A lot of people think we should share currency and passport, you know, have border-free travel and those kind of things. Open borders between New Zealand and Australia, but doesn't help they keep getting to put New Zealand on maps. I know, right? Their claim to fame. Actually worked out pretty efficiently in that field. I don't feel like we've oversprayed too much. Chunk in here which might take a bit of doing. Horrible bit of the field. Really needs levelling, but it is what it is. Now you fix the shed, time to put everything back inside. At least you got it fixed, Scorp. That takes one of those things away. Right. Here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, do that green bit up the top. .45 Fahrenheit in Texas at the moment. So what? It's not that hot, is it? Was that about 18? No, it can't even be that. 12, maybe, Scorp? Celsius? What's 45 degrees Fahrenheit? I think like 7. Is it? I can never remember. Never remember. Don't even pretend to try. .7 degrees Celsius. Ah. That is 7R you see in the thumbnail. It is a 7R you see in the thumbnail, Farmer Trio. However, whether I actually get to drive it today is going to be another story, because I'm just about spending most of our time spraying by the looks of things. I just raised that up myself instead of doing what we did. Right, it's into the oats. .34 Fahrenheit, which is 1 Celsius in North California. It had some hail earlier. Very typical thunderstorm weather for us. It surprised me if there was some thunder around later on today. Very hot and sticky and humid. 7 degrees Celsius for us normal. Such a troll, Chinook. What equipment are you running on, Tahitian Scorp, and what part of the map are you on? I'm looking for inspiration. Setting that up this week, I think. The big question is going to be is, will I get all of those fields done without having to do too many more trips down to the store to buy herbicide? Minus 40 is the same wherever you are. Yeah, not wrong, Mark, not wrong. Do this trick. You started by field 131 Northwest Farm, only a house and one shed that you got rid of. I'm a trio, you're having buffering issues. Actually not on mine, no, it is me. Are we back? I saw it just briefly there on my end as well. Funny, OBS hasn't dropped anything. And okay for you, no fair for you, Chinook. Yeah, YouTube's showing me excellent connection, so that's positive. No issues, Strody. Keep the houses, always an Elk Mountain house. Nice. Nice houses, Elk Mountain stuff. Actually, I don't know what's happened to Elk Mountain, to CJ. He's gone very quiet in the last 12 months. He was working on a 2x version of Elk Mountain, so... what's happened? At least having the blanket of weeds, it's easy to see where I've been. Probably save a little bit of spray. We'll close that down just a touch. Your Wi-Fi isn't working. Phew. Elk River, I think it's out now. Really? How did I miss that? Please don't tell me that, Cranky. Go back to the full width. Right. Fold that up again. I'll jump through into this field. Might as well keep on chopping out these little fields. We're going to need to top up soon. We might have just enough to do this one. It is of April 2022. Did he really? Yeah, drop me a DM with that, mate. I'm intrigued now. Ooh, go back any further. To put out the map then disappeared. Must have. That's almost 2 years ago. How far are we going to get through this field? Not very far. Gotta say, precision farming is fantastic for making things go further. I'd hate to know how little crop fertilizer we'd need or herbicide we'd need. We were doing this with precision farming. Scary. Right, let's drop that there. Come over to... Here's my pickup. Get another load. Beautiful not having those stinking bushes, and then happy to help. Glad it fixed it for you. Do you think the Millennial Farmer map will come out for 22? I don't know. Mapper's Paradise have gone very quiet, haven't they? Lately. All I've heard so far is that they weren't going to do it, and then there's whisperings that they were, so who knows? If they were to release it properly and not have all the debacle they had last time, then it'd be nice to see it again. But alright. Get some more totes. We're going to need one more. Get one more. Give us another full one. That'll be enough to fill up the trailer at least. Haven't been paying a delivery cost to get it delivered to the store because the store point's set back at the farm. It'd be nice if it did. I'm more intrigued to see if FS25 will be announced any time in the next wee while. That's the anticipation. It's been a quiet couple of months since the premium expansion release. No announcements or anything from Giants. Only had a farm track which should get me straight across, because I think... Where are we? Yeah, we'd have to go straight across there, would be at our farm. Let's watch the video on Elk River, looks good. I have a complete lack of any memory of Elk River being released. Embarrassing. Well, that's how many trips is that now? This is our third, so that's 18,000 litres of herbicide we've been to collect. We've just done it with the trailer. We've just got the spray tender trailer. We still wouldn't have emptied it out. There you go, trio. There it is. Any good map releases in the past 3 weeks? You haven't been following Mod Hub in a while. I haven't really been following Mod Hub map releases too much either, Scott. Be perfectly honest with you. Always is though, there's always a hidden gem in there, isn't there? What did I come this way for? I parked over that side. Right. Right, we'll sneak through the field. Crops will rebound. They're young enough to handle it. The Tahitian does have a row crop ready version as well, so you can do what I'm doing here on this map as well if you wanted to. G'day Gordon, how are you? Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Good gun. Funny that that tank on the back of there is the same size as that tank there. 500 litres smaller. Just about the same size. Alright, we'll be able to go have a look very soon at how our sample intercrop worked over here. We'll just see the corn over in the distance. Strips of corn in amongst the soybeans. Just going to finish this field off first. Oh, so close to being able to do the full width. Yeah, near enough. A little bit along the edge. Okay. Right. Fold it up so we can get through the trees. Can't use the premium edition on Tahitian, but other than that, it has a good real feel to it. You can use everything else, can't you? You can use precision farming with anhydrous, the Collins custom version. What are we going to do? Let's start off here. We'll get into this big field. Get these big ones done, and then we're going to have what? The 3 little ones to do. We've got a pretty much full fertilizer sprayer. See how far we can get. We'll cut this little piece out. We'll get up in here and do this. Almost like it's its own little field. The way the spray's flickering on those right hand sides. Hope so. Hope no one's epileptic. Should have a warning on it. It contains flickering content. Oh, clipping trees. Breaking booms. No can you not use Terrafarm on it, Scorp? It's good to know. Is there any... I've been trying to follow DR Modding on his Discord page, the co-op page. See if there's any planned updates or anything coming out on the map. But I haven't seen anything to say that there needs to be. Get round, once we get around, we'll set our GPS up on that long edge like we normally would. First, if I just go pretty much straight across here. And that all off. And we're going to swing around and do the rest of this piece. We're just about going to get in one go, are we? tight. We just keep sharing it. Just getting both sides. Let's get a bit wider at this end. Change that width down so we're not using as much herbicide. Right, done there. Should be back up to full width. Yes, it is. Right, let's go around the outside. Like the trailer park girls go around the outside. Grass solution for the bushes was in a comment on the map webpage. Should have gone back to read there. Well, at least we were on the same page, so to speak, with giving you the correct information. No Elk River yet. Been very busy with work. That's the latest in August 2023. Ah, goodness. You had me worried there, Cranky. I thought I would have seen it if it had come out, and was worried now that I'd dropped off his Facebook page, or that the map was a dud because I hadn't seen anyone else with it either, so. Good to know that he was an update back in August too. Been in development for a long time, it certainly has. There we go, that is on our right. Let's just actually stop here, go and have a look at it. How did this work out? This is our soybean and corn rows. And it's funky how it's done it. Like, we planted the soybeans first and they've ended up really close. No, we planted the corn first. And then the soybeans have ended up really close. I don't know why, and then we get a big gap. It hasn't worked out how I'd hoped it would. Not quite as good. It seems to be each way slightly different. That almost looks to be our rows as we've planted. So, I don't know what the deal is. It'll be fun though, it'll look good once it's all grown and we can get in and harvest it. It'll be a fun little challenge. Oh, you saw a promo for it, right. That is good to see you, old Cranky. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello and hanging out with us for a bit. Hope to see you around again very, very soon. Get this path set up for us. On that 90 degrees. Here it is. That'll be our route for when we come back down the field. I feel like we're getting lots done now because we cover a whole big chunk of field and we're not turning all the time and on and off and all those kind of things. Be good. I don't think we're going to get any fertilizer spread at this rate. We'll be getting the weeds dealt to and that'll be about it. That boom slowly lifts as we get closer and closer to the stream bank. Be cool. Unfortunately, it does make the field look pretty patchy. Not ideal. I think, like I said, the other planters seem to do a better job of it. Compare what we're seeing here in this field with what we did over in the other field. You definitely see a big difference. Alright, while we're here, we'll top up with the last out of this. 500 litres or so, isn't there? Right, that'll help us get a bit further. And the unfortunate story is we're going to have to go down to the store and buy some more. Maybe we could get it delivered. You know what I mean. Right, let's see where our rows are. Alright, so let's try some magic. I bring our width right down to that one. Along what is pretty much the edge of our next full width pass. Go back to full width. This is that full width? Yes, it is. And there we go. Should have squared it off pretty nicely. Indeed. Oops. When your pop out button's the same as the start tool button and you don't have the right button pressed to go with it. Number of times I do that. Oh, get rid of that. So, next question. Will we get... We should. Get 4 passes in that one. This done on 1 tank. That means we can come back next time and just worry about the fertilizer. I could have done the same thing here, couldn't I? Depending on my changing my width. Take the hit on that one. Alright, very good. That was the... Where are we? We're actually on the edge. This is basically the first pass of it. So I'm not quite... I'm confused as to why it's sort of put soybeans and corn and while we've got double rows on it. That's a bit I don't understand. Like, these actually not too bad. Just need to be offset just a touch more. Then it's gone and sort of doubled up on something I'd already planted, which I didn't plant. I don't know what it is. Anyhow, that's what it is. Now that the bushes are fixed, Hayden is an awesome map. Perfect. Field 131 you said, didn't you? Go and have a look. Ooh, that's a treat. Hey, Chinook. Didn't need to do that, mate. Have a home alone beer. Thank you, bro. Friend, I will do that tonight as I'm enjoying a nice piece of steak. Cheers, Chinook. Cheers indeed. Thank you, mate. I'll hydrate first. I'm actually quite intrigued that the line doesn't disappear when I go through with the fertilizer. I thought that would have got rid of that off that texture. Isn't it? Tell you what, we might not have enough spray to do this. 20%. See how much we use on the next pass, if we use half of what I had left. Had a honey baked ham and scallop potatoes for dinner tonight. Nice. Nice one. You've just arrived at work, so no beer for me. Cheers, mate. What time are you working till? Right, 963 litres. So we need to have about 480 when we get to the other end to be able to make this field and having to refill. Hey Ryan, how you doing? I'm doing good, mate. Nice to see you. Does someone give password access? Password's pinned in the top, so if you we'll do this. Where's my monitor? There we go. Pop in here. If you go to which one are you looking? Midwest Horizon, for example, pinned message up the top there will have the password. And there's the link to download all the mods and everything from. So, and Alma should be exactly the same. Pinned message, password, downloads. Easy peasy. But again, if you've got any issues, mate, just drop a comment, drop a message in Discord. I'm sure someone can help you out. Homemade chicken fried rice bowl for dinner. Nice one. 480. Just gone past our limit. We're going to run out. Well and truly run out, actually. Right. Let's head on back over here and we'll go for another run down to the cop. What crop are you spraying and what mod sprayer? I am spraying our soybeans and corn. The sprayer is it JJ's, is it Northwest Mods and Edits sprayer? R4045. We own one of these, don't we? I don't, yeah, Northwest Mods and Edits sprayer, which you can find on their Facebook page. Do you recommend clearing your mod folder and just the required ones? What I would highly suggest is if you don't use FSG Mod Assistant, is you download that and then you can create a separate folder just for the mods for this. You don't have to clear your mod folder, but you do have to make sure the mods you have are the same version for the server or it's not going to work. So FSG Mod Assistant is really good for managing mods and being able to change between folders. I can give you a demo of that too. So I have a folder for every different game save I have and whatever game I'm on. So if I was going to go into the day's multiplayer, I'd have to set that as active and then it would activate the folder for that. So if you have a look here, that's all the mods there that are on the on that server. So Midwest Horizon, where is that? Argsy multiplayer Midwest Horizon. There's all the mods. So when I play on that server, I just go there. And the beauty of that is you can actually go into edit folder details. And you can put the server name, the server password, and any other info in there. And it automatically preloads that in, so you don't even have to filter it, save it, or anything like that. It's real easy. Hey Laurie, how you doing? Good to see you, Tater Tot. Hello mate, how you doing? Good to see you as well. Sat back down at the right time, that looks handy as all. Get it? Yeah mate, it's super handy. So I did a video on that in November of 2022 when it was first released, and since then I've made some awesome updates and changes to it, which just expands on all of those bits I just showed you. You can go in and you can click on the mods and it'll tell you which version you're running. So it might say, well, you've got a different version on this save game and this save game, and you can go through and update them or resolve the mod conflict or mod version issues. It's very cool. They're working on, I hope, and I've been talking to the guys about having an input binding setting. So I have different input binding files for whether I'm using controller or steering wheel. I'm looking at a way where they can make that change as part of the mod folders as well, so that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, it's a very handy tool. Once you get your head around it, it's really easy. I'll show you this. My mods. These are my mods. And that's just the folders. So it's still in the same place as your normal mods, but it's under mods in there. And then the mod assistant, to add a folder, you just browse to those. So if I wanted to add one, like Deer Creek, I don't think it's in there at the moment. You go through and it processes it. You know how many mods you got? 1800 mods. And then you've got Deer Creek down there now as a mod folder. So I could set that one as active. We'll go up here and set it to active. It's a very handy tool. Makes things so easy. Yeah, forestry versus farming. Yeah, the only thing that sucks is if you want to have the same mod on multiple save games. It does chew up more storage space because obviously you might have 5 versions of the same mod, but like what I should really do is get rid of, I'm not going to go back to Deer Creek, I should get rid of all the mods on that folder. Right, I'm hoping that 6,000 litres will be enough to finish this off. It's really handy for multiplayer servers. I think that's one of the biggest advantages, because multiplayer servers, you need to be in sync with the server mods. So quite often you might find that you'll start up the game, it'll tell you there's an update, you update the mod, and then you'll go on the server and find it hasn't been updated. And then you have to download it back from the mod folders for the server, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah. Well, obviously, that's what I did in 19, David. I used to have multiple mod folders, and I renamed them manually, so I'd have mods slash whatever, No Creek Farms, mods slash forestry, mods slash whatever, and then I'd just take the hyphen off the end and the name to be my mod folder, so it'd default back to the right name. All the mod assistant does is it changes your game settings file to what mod folder it points to. That's real easy, and you can even launch the game from it. You click on the launch button up the top, so you set your folder, and then as long as you've specified the game path, you can press launch and it'll start the game there for you. So everything's all in one spot. Very cool. What would be your fault? Oh, the game versions, yeah. Yeah, when you get different mod versions because someone has or hasn't updated them. Have I played on Carpathian Countryside? If so, do you like it? Gordon, I have not. I would love to. I've heard really good things about it. I just haven't had the chance to sort of fit it into my games. Keen to jump on some multiplayer games, been going solo for so long. Cool, mate. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Awesome to see you there. I'll sort you out with some permissions when you do get on, if someone can log in at the same time. It's a bit hard. But hopefully we can get it to work. Our Parthian countryside, a very nice map, realistic and playable. Yeah, I've heard the same, Scott. Heard the same. Alright. Well, I suppose it's accurate. It took me 8 hours, I figured out. Just short of 8 hours to seed all my fields. So I suppose it's about right that it's taking me a couple of hours to spray them all. Trailing drifts quite a bit, doesn't it? It's like Chinook when he's approaching me with a field maintenance trailer. Alright, fingers crossed, that is going to be all we need to get this done. I'm taking money. Up in the right one. So we've got one pass in here, we've got that field there, and then these 3 small fields. Can we get everything done without having to refill again? Yes or no? No one can't see me hitting the trailer. It's looking so close to. I didn't. Watching running with the tender. Yeah, I know, right? Herbicide from concentrate would be a great mod. That's one of the ones that's what I'd love to have. One of the things I've got on my wish list for 2025 would be more realism around fertilizers, herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, those kind of things. Actually having to do something that's targeted, that you can't just drive on a field with put herbicide in a sprayer and then drive on and use whatever. If you're spraying soybeans, you've got to use a different sort of herbicide to if you're spraying a grass type cereal product. Because the spray you use in soybeans will kill your wheat. You can't just go from one to the other. It was out for 17 right before 19 came out, or somewhere around there. Was that right? I think the difficulty, I think I've talked to a couple of modders about something similar. The difficulty is that you can't use, like if you could have a portable production, it'd be really easy, wouldn't it? Because all you need to do is add in your concentrated herbicide and water to a production point and it would output it as fertilizer. So the game mechanic is there. I'm going to go all the way to the top of the field. The game mechanic's there, but you can't apply a production to a moving vehicle, is what I understand. Someone might correct me and say, no, Argsy, you're wrong, but if you figure out how to do that, you'd be a genius. Right, which edge should we go? We'll go along the long edge on the other side for our GP. Actually, what's our line like? Can we... Can't really steal the one from the other field. Well, we might be able to actually when we get to the other side. We'll see. Right, 88% on one big field, 3 small ones. Let's see what happens. Alright, messaging the good lady and not concentrating very well on where I'm driving. But good lady comes first. Not just too bad. Don't message and drive. You could have like a building of some description that was like... I haven't seen like a movable building, effectively is what I'm thinking. I haven't seen any production points that are like that either. Every production point I've seen is static. Placeable. I was going to dive into it. You think, look at using the back-end script, the Maze Plus grunt. Yeah, so that's a good point. As like a feed mixer wagon. In mixed feed, why couldn't you mix? Why couldn't you make a mix that used herbicide and concentrate? You added to a liquid to give you a liquid output. Maybe that's the ticket. We don't get too carried away. There we go. Alright. Ooh, 66%. Not good. Not good. Hmm. 60%. What do you reckon? We do still have a little bit in the trailer. Bear that in mind. I got to admit, this field we planted this morning on using Courseplay, it did a pretty good job. Apart from on these corners, I'm pretty impressed with how Courseplay handled the row crops. Oh. Get out of the trees. And the other way to look at it would be the way they use the silage additive too, and 22 for the forage choppers and things like that. It'd be a similar concept, wouldn't it? Right. Go back over this side where we know we've got a good edge to run along. 2 passes down here. 3, 2 and a bit. Have to change our spray width to get the very last pass, I would think. Put up there, but I reckon, like, look at the size of that field. It's just a tinsy wincy one. I reckon we're going to be good. That's my guess. We will be fine. And with those ones, we'll be done. Getting there. 45%. Oh, it's going to be touch and go. What do we need to finish this field with? 30% left? Going to finish this field with 30% left? I don't know if we will. Right, so this end we're getting the whole width. How far down before we run out? Oh, we've got quite a way to go before we don't get an overlap. That's positive. We might be good. We go from here, we'll go over and do the little field in that corner. We can top up on our way back past if we need to before we go down and do the other two. Get to the end with 30% left. Look at those rows look as they go around the outside there. Cool. I know it's not perfect, you get little steps like that and you get the double row there, which must have been on the edge of the planter or something. All in all, I think it looks so much better than the way that the game normally does rows. Under these diagonal 45-degree lines, the field in 3 different ways, and you can see different lines. %. We'll do a little bit with our narrow width. Bring that back up, go down to that width. Go one more. 4. Yeah, 4 we want. That way we are actually going to, I thought we were going to drop below 30% by doing that bit, but because we've done it so narrowly, hardly used any spray. Beautiful. I hope when a plan comes together. Right, we are going to have to fold up to get through into the little field over there. And then we'll be... One's going to be a challenge actually. The spray is almost too big for this little field, just with the way it goes in and out. Hard enough to plant this morning. We'll do the best we can. Right. This field looks like it's all over the place. I thought I did quite a good job on planting it, but the angle I planted some of the rows on didn't look too friendly. Nose that in there, back that out. The thing I'm going to be most interested about with this is whether we get a different, if we by the double cropping, whether we get a benefit to the yield. The way I'll have to test it is like when we run along a single row of corn doesn't have, we'll be able to test that best over in that field 4, is it? Furthest one over away from the yard on the other direction. That's going to be the best one to try and test it in. I might have to hold up here. No, spin ourselves out of the trouble. Burying our boom in amongst the trees. I have to accept the fact there's going to be weeds up in part of that area, I think. Yep. Oh. No, I'm proper stuck. Oh, no. Whoopsie days. How to pull a wheelie in a sprayer. Try and fold it up while your booms are stuck in trees. Oh. Wanted to have 20% left when we finish this field, but I think we're going to be out of luck with that. Hopefully the other two fields being quite regular shape, we can get around them without wasting too much. Let's go find out. Apparently it is Mark. I suspected the same, and my suspicions have been proven correct. G'day, Mr. Stay Drunk. How you doing? Oh, we're not that anymore, are we? Hello, Grant. Good afternoon to you. Now, what do you reckon? I'm not gonna refill. I wanted to see if we could do it with what we had left. We will go and find out if we can do it with what we had left. Hey Pip, how you doing? Afternoon. Good to have you here. Recruited a new member for the multiplayer, Total Recall. I don't know if he's still floating around. Been watching, he's getting the mods downloaded. I'm gonna join us on multiplayer servers. Oh, I was doing good until a bad bet just booted your ass out of a poker tourney online. Oh no. That sucks. Yeah, still there. Nice. There you go. Pip's one of our regulars. He's been spending a lot of time on the server. Getting things done, which is good. We just need more multiplayer. We do. We do. I try and plug it every live stream. Get more people in. That once around the field and we've done everything. Except for the deer. We didn't quite get them. Fortunately, we're using herbicide, not pesticide. The 10 PM Eastern Standard Time, Australia, is midnight New Zealand time. So I normally start my live stream on a Wednesday night, normally starts at 9 New Zealand time and goes to about 11 New Zealand time. So that'll be like 7 till 9 your time on a Wednesday night. Whether that works with you or not, doesn't matter. Often as people around, different times. What time zone are you in, Pip? Mountain. (8:47 PM) Saturday night. Right. What is it? It's 2:47 in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon for Total Recall. Yeah, mate, we'll figure something out. We'll get you on. One of those things, I've always sort of multiplayer is if you get to play with, if you're prepared to sit there and play a game on your own, multiplayer is kind of cool in that things change while you're not there and you come in and something's different. And while you might come on and do something on your own, you know someone else has been in there and been doing some work as well. And it's kind of rewarding coming on and seeing what's been done, what needs to be done. You always don't know what to expect. And that's kind of one of the cool things about multiplayer. In my opinion, anyhow. Not that that counts for much. Oh, 100 litres, 1%. We've done it though, didn't have to fill up. Through the middle. Boom. 38 litres left. We get both those fields pretty perfectly. Did a decent job in there, didn't we? Just didn't quite get up into the air and up into that bit. That's it. I'm calling it quits on spraying. I think we've done enough. You game with your brother, but he isn't a farmer and won't play it. Please don't tell me your brother's vibe. Please put you up to this. On the Alba map where I spend my time, it's fairly early overall. Always enough to do, and if nothing on the own farm contracts always around. Yeah, there's always something to do, isn't there? Argsy the spraying champion. I wouldn't go that far, Mrs. Professor, but patient sprayer. A lot of patience to get that done. No, it's more into Star Wars, Borderlands, Diablo. Oh, that's right. I've got a mate who's Aussie, and I was playing with him last night, and he said his brother just sent him some specs on a PC asking his advice on it, and he said he wanted it to be able to play Farm Sim and ATS. Whereas he's a first-person shooter, he's a Modern Warfare type of guy. Destiny, played a lot of Destiny. I thought, what are the chances? Clearly, pretty slim. Right, let's find our truck. Never done the big always-on service, but I really like doing a save that only gets played with the same guys. So you have a multiplayer server save, like you have a save that's on. I'm gonna have to back up. I get what you're saying, David. You play multiplayer with other people, but you use a save game every time. That's pretty cool. I haven't done it that way. Oh, I lie. That's what FSG and I do. We've our servers are only on when we're on, so you can set a multiplayer server up to pause when no one's on it. It's kind of handy. What was on its side? Was something on its side? Oh, when I tab through things. Gosh, we'll have to have a look. I didn't notice anything. Used to be big on CS Source, but got into FS in 19, was totally hooked. I've always been a big FPS gamer. Heaps of time in Destiny, Modern Warfare, Apex Legends, all of those kind of games. Heaps of PUBG. But Farming Simulator is my chill out. Don't get angry at lag. Don't get annoyed when someone one-shots you from across the map or knifes you on the back or anything like that. Just a pretty relaxed, chilled out game. So I enjoy it for that. Alright, let's tab through and see if something was on its side. Nothing there, no. Ah, it looks like it's on the side. But we've tabbed into the... I see what you see. We've tabbed into that. It did look like, when you came in here, didn't it? It looked like something was on its side. Because you got the wheels. Funny. Oh, at least we fixed that and realised we didn't have an issue. Alright, well that's 2 hours pretty much of spraying. Everything's done. And we've now only got fertilizing to worry about. Everything, well, those 4 wheat fields all needed a couple of applications. Everything else needs a single one. I must have planted around the outside of that without putting any fertilizer in. I wonder how I did that. Can't remember doing that either. Strange. Anyhow, we'll go through and fix that. The spreader. So that will be a job for the live stream on the weekend, on Sunday. Get back into it. But great to see you too, Scott. Thanks for tuning in, mate. What was the reason you started this save without precision farming turned on? So I originally started doing No Creek Farms without row crop, just for nostalgia stakes, because I did a huge series on it in 19. I think we got up to 70 or 80 episodes or something like that. So it was just a blast from the past, go in and do a harvest and have a bit of fun. And then the row crop ready version came out, so I thought I'll jump on that and have a look. And I've invested more time than I expected to into the row crop, because it was more just how does row crop work, and as I've got into it more, I've wanted to explore it more. But I'd made the decision not to put precision farming on PEP. So that's why. I'll certainly... Precision farming is a default, so... And it is a bit of a regret I didn't put it in. It would have been nice, but... Yeah, you do. You sort of start something out without any expectations, and it is what it is. Nice to see you on a stream. It's a pleasant surprise afterward. Likewise, Kiram, and I see Kiram has a live stream scheduled for tomorrow. 10 AM New Zealand time. It's on about a little over 12 hours from now. I'm going to put a link in the chat for that. Go and check out Kiram. He's set up this, using his channel to raise some funds for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. He's called it Virtual Farming for Miracles. He's set a goal of trying to fundraise a whole lot of money across the course of the year. So if you're interested in going and supporting him, go and give him a sub, check it out, jump into one of his live streams. And yeah, show some support there. It's awesome to see people in the community doing those kind of things. Thanks for the info and help. Hope to join us soon. Cool recall. Looking forward to it, mate. Back had an operations meeting. All good, Chinook. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Much appreciated. Easy to add after harvest. I think after harvest we'll probably be calling it quits on this map and looking for some new adventure somewhere, David. But yeah, certainly wouldn't want to add it in now. Would screw with things royally. Hopefully back to yes, definitely, Mrs. Professor. I want to get back into building the tractor. So again, it's going to be a no steering wheel stream. We'll be using the controller because steering wheel and Lego don't go very well together. But I'm definitely going to get back into building some more of the Lego. If anyone hasn't seen what we're building, I can show you. That one there. There you go. We're building the tractor on the right, which is by Carter. And it's a model made by the same creator who designed the Case 1455 there. He made that out of Lego, and then Carter have licensed it effectively. It's not licensed, it's not branded, but they've taken his model and turned it into a set. So I'm looking forward to carrying on with that. It'll be a bit of fun. So that's something we do on Wednesday nights. Get back into it. The new John Deere forage harvester's out too. I need to get one of those, but we'll be in Wellington in a couple of weeks and I'll get to go and check out the Lego shop. So I'll buy one then. Shh, don't tell Mrs. Argsy. Anyhow, cheers, John. Have a good week, mate. Enjoy work. Hope all goes well. Everyone else, thank you all very much for hanging out tonight. It's been this afternoon. It's been a blast. Bit of an unexpected stream. I will Pep back at work. We're recording Aussie Farms tonight with the Farm Sim guys, so keep an eye out for that. During the week, I'm going to have a couple of videos from Days multiplayer to go during the week as well, and then we are going to be saying farewell Chilliwack and moving on to something new. You might have guessed what it is. If you haven't, I'll leave it as a little bit of a surprise, and you'll get to see very soon. I'm going to be setting that up over the next couple of days and getting into it. So short, sharp, sweet visit. Grant, nice mate, good to have you here. David, pleasure having your company this afternoon. Take care. And to everyone else, Total Recall, Scott, everyone else who's been in stream tonight, thank you very much. Been a blast. I'll catch you again soon. Bye.